Okay, Stokesman. This should be interesting. At least I hope it will be. Okay, so we got Blast Zone and 2 black. It'll work for the time being. We do want to try and draw into some blue mana though, so we'll go with it. The thing with this deck is it is mostly black. And Jace honestly doesn't need to be played until later into the game anyways. Let's go Swamp. Make it think we're playing mono black. So it looks like we're playing against Jund here. Scrap Gorger. We'll cut that down immediately. Let's see here. Let's go. Should we go Underground River into Jace? Yeah, let's do that. Auto pay. This down to 1. Mill you. Okay, so this looks like a typical mid-range list. Okay, that works.
Come on, man. 3 turns in and you're already conceding? I've had more interesting buys at a freaking FNM.
The thing about this deck is you'll win most of your games without using your win con. Your opponent will just concede after long enough. Because this deck is like filled to the gills with spot removal, sacrifice, only a couple counter spells. Like I honestly, the deck is supposed to win by milling your opponent out, and I actually haven't had to have a game go on that long for a very long time. Also, I don't think I've milled anyone out this week so far. We'll keep this. Let's see here. Let's start with the Dark Slick. This one might be a little bit faster of a game. Looks like we're playing against mono red here. And we are... Glad they don't have that fast of an opening. Let's go with Island. Next, end turn. So, if he plays a creature this turn, we're going to have to augur up some removal. 3 lands. Does he play a Fable? Does he play Mechanized Warfare? Invasion over Agatha. Here's a battlefield deals 4 damage to another target battle or opponent and 1 damage up to 1 target creature. Okay, so this is a burnout deck. It just has a really weird hand. Yeah, you got it, man. Pass. Okay, so end of turn. We're going to use the augury. The really fun thing about the augury is you can actually proliferate more counters onto the battle. Make it harder for them to defeat. Let's go with Shipwreck Marsh. And we will go with Liliana. And we'll start the discard train. Discard. I will discard Underground River. See what they discard. End the Festivities. Does that mean they have another End the Festivities in their hand? So are you going to go after me or are you going to go after Lily? Or they could play a Mechanized Warfare into another End the Festivities and just hit me for a ton this turn. Oh, Chandra. That'll work.
This little candle's gonna set your world on fire.
1 damage to up to me or a Planeswalker. Okay. Deal 1 to the Planeswalker and then send Kumano at her. Ah, Strangle. Okay, that'll do it.
I'll be back with friends.
Going after the battle, okay. All right, let's see here. Let's go with Swamp, and we'll play Jace for the full amount, and do +1. Make that character ineffectual, so that next turn we are free to cast our Invoke Despair and get rid of their board. Okay.
Who needs a plan? Just improvise.
Needs a plan. Just burn them out. It's all good. What's on the back side of this? 4/4 prowess. Belden. Okay. Go for it. Now use the flame to do the last 2 points of damage. There you go. Comes back. Okay. So what we're going to have to do here is, now that the board state has changed so much, now we have to come up with a plan. So we are going to play this for its alternate cost. -2. Transform that into a treasure token. +1. And knock that down. Okay. So their turn, they're going to likely come after my Vraska. And the festivities, that's a good choice. Do they have the mechanized warfare now, though? Now, if they play the warfare this turn, that'll actually be pretty good for me. Oh, they're not going to, okay. So I was planning on using Invoke next turn. And she's already used Chandra's ability, so she can't +1 and deal that last point of damage to Vraska. That'll work, though.
This fight won't matter at all.
Okay, so this next turn, what we can do is we can hit him with Cut Down first to get rid of the etching. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go Shipwreck Marsh. We're going to use Cut Down first to get rid of the etching in Kamano. Then we will cast Invoke Despair and get rid of the rest of their board. There we go. Now the board's nice and clean. We are free to use Jace's second ability to start drawing some cards.
I know where to find
Oh, 3 lands. Triple Mountaining right into the graveyard. Not that they need the mana, though. Yeah, you need some threats. Trying to draw into it. Did you get a Lightning Blast for Jace? Yep, sure did. That's okay.
your victories. Nothing more.
Let's go ahead and Experimental Augury. Ooh, Sheldred. Yeah. Yeah, let's get Sheldred. Alright. Island. Do we play it now? Yeah, we play it now. We're not going to get the discard effect. Oh, there we go. Yeah, see, that's what I've been saying is, like, this deck, it just gets people to concede.
Hey, I got no complaints. I mean, either that mono red player was on a completely different game plan, or they just did not draw what they needed. Either way, good game.
They just say, I give up. I'm not dealing with this anymore. And honestly, it's kind of, doing that, it's kind of better. So it cuts down on the game time by a lot. The only players that I usually end up going the full distance of the game is against like hard control players, like an Azorius control. Okay, so here we have 3 lands, 2 reject imperfection, go for the threatened children. It's got enough control for the early game, so I think we're gonna go ahead and keep it, and hopefully we'll draw into something useful. So we'll go swamp first. We don't want to reveal that we are blue just yet. Okay, so Razor Verge Thicket. So this person is either playing enchantments, like Selesnya enchantments, or they're playing Selesnya Toxic. If they're playing the Toxic deck, that's going to be a lot worse for us. The enchantment deck we might be able to handle a little bit easier, but the Toxic deck is just a little bit too fast. Okay, cool. I'm into this. Totally fine. Pass. Ooh, actually cancel that. I actually want to make use of my Liliana next turn. There we go. Alright. Otawara, Liliana, Autopay. Take a little bit of damage to do this, but that's okay.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows. Off you go.
Off you go. Alright, let's see if we can manage to control this early game. What you got, friend? What you got? Botanical Brawler. Okay, so this is a +1/+1 counters deck. That's totally fine. Let's see. So we'll go ahead and play that. Unfortunately, it comes in tapped, but that's okay. Let's go with +1. Each player discards a card. I will discard Reject Imperfection.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
And we will say end turn. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on another permanent you control, it gets an additional +1. Yeah, that's fine. Pass. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. So even if they play that white protection spell, they will still have to sacrifice it. There we go. Because I am not targeting anything with that spell. Bloated Contaminator. Alright, I'm into it. So let's see here. Let's go Shipwreck Marsh. Let's go... +1 for the discard. I will discard my other
I'm
Liliana.
tired of your secrets.
Okay. And... I'm curious. Okay, cool. So that's, because there was no delay there, it tells me that they did not have any kind of protection spell. Dusk Legion Duelist. It's the counter spell. If anything you want to counter in this deck, it's that. Alright, another +1. Now, if they hold the card in their hand, it just gets discarded.
You won't be
What was that card
outsmarting
anyways?
me.
Kami of Whispered Hopes. Okay, so now, if they hold a card in their hand, I just make them discard it every turn. Or, I just make them sacrifice. So, this next turn, I'll be making them sacrifice a card. There you go.
I've always hated crowds.
End turn. We'll just bluff this island. Make them think we have something. We do not. Alright. What do we have in our yard? We don't have anything very impactful. So what we'll do is we'll play Founding. We're going to set it to 2, and we're going to mill ourselves in hopes that we can get an Invoke. Okay, no Invoke, but that's okay. Let's go +1. Each player discards a card. No cards on
I'm
hand.
tired of your secrets.
He's looking through my graveyard. That's so funny. Yeah, go ahead and play a card, dude. Okay, do I have anything in here that I would want to cast? And the answer is, unfortunately, no. But we do have to exile something, so we'll exile one of the reject imperfections. And say no, so that just goes away. We'll play Vraska. Full cost. We will proliferate, draw. Oh shoot, I should not have done that. Okay, that's fine. That's my own mistake. We'll play the land. Then we'll make each player discard a card. He will discard a land. Oh, no. I totally expected it to be a land. Elspeth. Alright. You have my attention. So you're gonna look at the top of your deck. You probably want to do that. Because you don't have any creatures to put +1/+1 counters on. Okay, so she wants the loyalty. Alright, play the underground. Let's do each player discards a card. Let's do proliferate. We'll submit 2 on those. So if we draw another proliferate effect next turn, I'll be able to set her to 9. Okay, so we didn't get it. That's fine. So let's go ahead and play land. We're going to proliferate, draw a card. Submit 2. And we'll go -6. Target you. And we're going to separate all permanents that player controls into 2 piles. So we're going to set that, and that into pile 2. And they can keep the lands. So either sacrifice all their lands. Oh, they sacrificed all their lands. Okay. Interesting choice. Okay, they create 5 angels.
Fall back. Never forget that angels built this city, not demons.
Ooh, sassy Elspeth. Okay, they play the Ozolith. Oh, they cycle the Ozolith. Pass. My turn. Okay, that's all I needed. So what we're going to do is we are going to -9 to set you to 9 poison counters. And we're going to proliferate. Game over. I'll take the Jace. GG, friend. I think that might be the first time I've ever gotten that to work. That was pretty good. That makes it feel good. I like it.
You know this is supposed to be a mill deck, right? What are you doing winning with poison? I guess it's a good idea to just have a backup plan, right? But come on, man.
This deck works. Just try and hold the board as much as possible throughout the early to mid game, and by the time we get to the end game, we have multiple ways to win. We can either win with Sheldred, we can win with Jace milling out the opponent, or we can, like you just saw, use the Poison Proliferate combo. So we got at least 3 lands, both blue and black. We have something to use Founding of the Third Path with, Liliana, and Invoke. Looks like a good hand to me, so I'll keep it. Let's see what they're playing. They're playing blue back too. Nice. All right, we're gonna go with the Swamp first. Okay, so they play the Bank Buster. We are going to do Underground River. We're going to play Founding of the Third Path. Auto pay it. We're going to set it to 1 and cast Experimental Augury off of it. We will get Jace. And we're actually going to proliferate the Founding, set it to 2 immediately. And we're going to mill ourselves. There we go, we got some options there. And that way we set it all the way to level 2, so that on our next turn we get to immediately use the second half of it, or the third half of it, I mean. And based off of what we have in the yard right now, that's going to be Parasitic Grasp or Experimental Augury. And they look to be playing some kind of Soul Tie, so they might be playing the Zimone and Dina deck. Let's go with Experimental Augury. We will cast it. Autopay. Looks like they do not wish to counter. We'll get the Invoke. And I will submit 0 on the Proliferate. Play land. And rest of the turn is yours, friend. This card is actually my bane. I have a really hard time dealing with Reckoner Bankbuster. Oh shit! Alright. Are you gonna bomb me? Yeah, buddy. Alright, let's see here. Let's go ahead and play the Takanuma, because we need the land. And we're gonna play for the full amount, autopay. And we are actually going to go mill for you. Ooh, drop another Jace. There's Sheldred, nice. So let's see if they play anything this turn. Because if I draw another land, then I can start going off with Invoke. Because I have all 4 black pips already. Zeus's Mini Journeys, okay. Okay, so they +1. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to Experimental Augury. We need to find a land. And there's Shipwreck Marsh, perfect. So we'll take that and we'll proliferate my Jace. Play it. We'll go -2 on you. Draw a card. How many cards are in my graveyard? Oh, I'm at 18. I should probably be milling myself, but I don't think that'll be too necessary. Let's say. Okay, so we will... Okay, but unfortunately we won't be able to cast Reject Infection next turn. But I do have Liliana and Sheldred. So let's see. If we play Liliana, we can start making them discard cards. I'm just going to hold on to the Sheldred for now. Okay. So they're tapped out at this point, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Sheldred right now and make them sacrifice the Planeswalker. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Makes me feel a little more comfortable. Okay, Trespasser. Perfect. That is perfect, because now I can play Sheldred on my next turn. Make them sacrifice it. Or, alternatively, I could just cast Invoke Despair, draw a bunch of cards, and make them sacrifice 2 permanents. Okay, we're going to crew up. Coming in, champ. Oof. Okay, yeah, they're tapping out, so they don't have anything for me to worry about. So let's go here, and I'm actually going to do Invoke you. Autopay. Alright. So what's probably going to happen next is they're probably going to draw a card off of Bankbuster, create the token, and then... Oh no, no, they're just going to straight up start drawing cards. I was expecting something else. Okay, another Azusa. Okay, so let's go with... Do we want Liliana? If we do Liliana right now, we can start making them discard cards, but I'll have to start discarding as well. If we go Invoke, we're already at a point where we need to start discarding cards. So let's go ahead and go Liliana. I have 3 freaking counter spells in my hand. So let's just start the discard train. And I will discard Reject
We all
Imperfection.
have things we'd rather forget.
Okay. So that's a little bit better. That gives me some breathing room in my hand. Yep. There you go. Make it so you can't attack with that stupid Bank Buster. Okay, that works. Azusa again, huh? You really like that Azusa. Okay. Let's go with... Do we want our own invoke? Or do we want founding? What do we have here? In our own graveyard. Okay, let's go ahead and... Let's do Island Swamp. Play Founding. Set it to 2. Mill you. That way I still have mana available to cast a counterspell on this next turn if I need to. And then we can just invoke on the following turn. Sure. God, those Bank Busters are actually going to kill me. They're so good. It's such a busted card. Yep, you got it, man. Okay, so he didn't have any more invokes for me. So let's view the battlefield. He has 28 cards left in his deck. Alright, so view the browser. Let's see. Yeah, okay. I think 1, 2, 4. I don't really have any way to force them to sacrifice anything else, so we're gonna have to go with the invoke. Alright, cast it. Target you. Autopay. I just don't have enough of anything to make them sacrifice enough. Alright. Alright, let's play the land. Mm-hmm. Now, do they have another creature in their hand that they can crew both? So if they have another creature, then they could crew both Bank Busters next turn and just straight up kill me. And I can't do anything about it. Ah, shoot. Alright, yep, you got it. GG. I was not expecting a Shigeki. Wow. That's actually a pretty good Sultai deck. Not bad. Shigeki for the win, huh? I haven't seen that card used in months. You know, if it wasn't so close to rotation, I might even consider crafting one of those, but... Credit where credit's due. Guy fought hard for the win. Give it to him. Both colors. We got Founding. We got a little bit of removal to play with it. And Children Invoke. Looks decent. We'll keep it. Alright, so this is Spara's headquarters. So we're up against some kind of Bant. So let's go with the Swamp first. And is that... Oh, no, we're playing against Domain. Got all the land types out there. Let's see here. Should we play the Founding just cause? I don't think so. I think we need to hang on to the Founding. Mirror Breaker, huh? Okay. Alright, so now we're actually at a point where we can use this. So we'll cast Founding in the third path. Set it to 1. Auto casting the cut down right there. Boom. This might be one of those Atraxa decks. I have played against this a few times against this deck, or with this deck, I mean. And they're not easy to overcome because they just generate so much value. Yeah, see, it is a domain deck, so they just dropped Herd Migration. Let's see, what's in my yard? I'll actually make you mill. Let's see, we'll play Takanuma. And we will play Liliana. And go +1. Each player discards a card. I will be discarding Parasitic Grasp. It's fine. Oh, you chose the wrong one, friend.
You won't be
Yeah,
outsmarting
we'll discard
me.
Parasitic Grasp. He really does not want me casting another card next turn. Which I personally find hilarious. Alright, let's go ahead and make you sacrifice a creature. And I'll just sit here and counter whatever you play next. There we go. Alright, +1. Got the Parasitic.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Invasion of Tolvada. Enters the battlefield, return target non-battle permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. What's in the graveyard over there? He's got a Fable and a Leyline. I'll counter it just for fun. Jace is here. Let's see. We'll play Jace. And we will mill you.
No secret escapes
Draw
my
a card. I will +1 to make us both discard a card. Discard the Reject Imperfection.
We'd rather forget.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a lot of removal that's not very good against us. Invasion of Alara. Ren and Realmbreaker comes into play. Okay.
I fight for every plane.
Alright.
I must.
Let's go -2. Mill you. Hopefully draw a land. We did not draw a land. That's okay though. We'll play... gosh. Yeah, we have to go with the target player sacrifices a creature.
I've always hated.
Make them sacrifice that land. Yep, that's kind of how these games go. Man, another early concede. That opponent could have easily dragged that out for another 5-10 minutes easy. Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't know why people concede so early. I mean, they even had Ren out. I mean, come on. Other player just conceded. Didn't want to wait long enough for us to do our fun stuff. It is what it is, unfortunately. So this is probably my favorite deck of the season right now. It's like every time I go on to just play some games, I'm playing this deck. I mean, it's kind of cozy, you know. It's like when I play this deck, I'm not feeling too threatened. I'm really enjoying the flow of the game, and it just feels comfortable to play, at least for me. So I'll go ahead and put the deck list in the description down below. You can go and find it at mtgazone.com. That's where I uploaded the deck to. So, but if you liked it, I'm more than happy to make more of these. So if you like what you saw, if you want more of stuff like this, then drop a like, comment if you want to, maybe even subscribe to the channel. We'll even try to make these more of an ongoing thing for the channel. Like I'm really enjoying putting these videos out every so often, and if there's enough demand for it, I might increase the cadence. So, either way, thanks for dropping by. Well, I'll see you in the next one. Later.